is this your first new home?
Yes.
The only difference between the older homes and the new homes is this one's more up to date as far as like there's little things that they added to make them more energy efficient, energy friendly, a little bit less maintenance as far as like on the yard,
Yeah.
stuff like that, lighting. But
Yeah.
other than that, not a whole lot different.
Okay.
I'll try and run through the outside just because I know it's a little bit warmer. I don't mind the sun, but I know not everybody
Oh, no,
enjoys the
I
sun.
I'm sorry, I don't do heat.
I'm gonna show you your property lines, your water shut on and shut offs. I'll show you the electrical items and everything in the home. Earlier today, I finalized your home with the city of Menifee, so that's as soon as I finish this, I'll send our closing team the job card, and then after that, it's pretty much up to them when they send it to fund and close.
Okay.
My job is pretty simple: build your house. Hope you like it. Hope everything goes well. But if you don't, I'll do everything I can to make sure you do.
All right.
Any
That's
questions?
fair.
Any questions before I begin?
No.
I'll start off.
Perfect.
Did you need? Did you have any questions for me?
Oh nope, and I'm just in the background here supporting.
There you go.
Hey, oh my goodness, good to see you.
Back all the way over here, there is a pin that is barely noticeable, but that is your property line right there. Right. So this is your property line. It goes straight back. Once you get to the block wall, there's a vinyl gate behind it.
Yeah.
The vinyl gate does sit half on your property and half on yours. We get it surveyed and make sure we basically get it as close within a quarter of an inch as possible. From here to the actual block wall, you would do like an imaginary line to the middle of that block.
Okay.
Currently, you will not have a neighbor. This house currently is not sold.
Oh,
The homeowners that were gonna buy that one, they're going through some situations, so that one will not have a homeowner either. So
For a little bit.
For the first couple of months, you'll be by yourself. I don't know if that's good or bad, but you should be fine.
we'll work it out either way.
God will provide.
Luckily, you're moving into a nice neighborhood that's pretty diverse. You have some retired folks, some not retired. It's been pretty cool because I get to kind of interact with all the guys, at least all the people that buy at Pathway and at Greenway. I've been noticing a lot of San Diego folks, the military,
Yeah.
that and folks from San Diego that can't afford to stay in San Diego and
Right,
they're moving up here.
Mhm.
This is going to be your water meter service right here. You have two shutoffs. You have the one there that you can manually open and close with your hand, no problem. The one back here, you'll need either a crescent wrench or the little T. This is the one that basically the city comes in and shuts off if they need to. In between, you have your water meter. They don't need to come out and do any water meter readings because they are connected wirelessly through this little box here.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's nice.
They're not gonna. You're not gonna see nobody. The gas meter, same situation.
Oh.
Electrical, pretty much all of your utilities now. You're able to access them all online and shut them off and on online nowadays. So you don't have to worry about being home. The only time you're gonna be home for the gas company is if you had something unique
Yeah.
where you were doing something within the house.
Okay.
Okay. But this shuts off the water to everything in the house, including the fire sprinklers.
Oh.
So the house comes with fire sprinklers. You have fire sprinklers that are exposed in the laundry room and in the garage.
Okay.
Those two areas are considered non-living spaces, so you see them.
Yeah.
The rest of the home will have a not so fashionable little circular cap that you will see up in the ceiling.
Okay, yeah.
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 The other water shut off is here.
Okay.
This shuts off the water to just the landscaping only. So if you were gonna make any adjustments to any of the landscaping here on the front yard, you could shut off your water to your irrigation here.
Okay.
And you will have the same thing on the back slope that you have. There'll be a separate shut off that I'll show you in a minute.
Okay.
This is your sewer lateral right here. This one goes down about 6 to 7 feet and connects to the main sewer on the street.
Okay.
From here, it goes up at an angle to that one. That one sits about this far down from where the top is.
That's what I was going to ask. The black thing is
That is the one that you're gonna be snaking or cameraing if you had a backup on your house.
Okay.
And the good thing about new homes is they have a couple of spots on the sides and on the back. So like if you have a bathroom on the side of the house, you can camera and snake through there. So they have different access points, so you're not just dependent on one.
So with this one, say they go camping, they get a RV or something. Can they put their waste down there?
They can put their waste down.
Oh,
Perfect.
really?
I never thought about that. That is
Wow.
that's pretty good.
I thought about that with mine because I went camping a couple of
I
weeks
never
ago.
thought about that. You could either do it there or there, but you're right. That one would be a better one because it would be more direct,
Mm-hmm.
and it's got a bigger pipe. And I believe the RVs are 3-inch,
Mm-hmm.
and that right there is a 4-inch, so that would be perfect. You'd have
Wow.
less fumes coming out.
This way you don't have to dump it in your toilet. You can just directly dump it there.
This is the other property line right here. It goes straight back. And this bad boy here is just luck of the draw. Some people have it, some people don't. The only difference between this and having the regular flat one is this is basically where they run the main lines in. It doesn't affect you health-wise. I mean, we used to sit on them as kids, so yeah.
Old houses.
Yeah, our old house we
They
had.
have one, but it's in the ground.
And here you have a couple of them in the ground, but I believe every so many houses we have one of these. But for the most part, you're not limited on anything as far as
I called these guys and tell me, they said, we own that. That's what about the ground.
no,
We
no.
own the ground.
They only own the box. All of your irrigation in your home, there's not going to be any pop-up sprinklers. Everything's on a drip system under the rock. And it's already programmed. It's already set up for you. Unless you want to water less, that's the only time you would make any adjustments, and I'll show you where you would make those adjustments.
Okay.
If you needed to. If you're going to hire a landscaper, he's going to love your house because it's going to be a walk in the park.
I-
Like a irrigation
That's what I was gonna ask too.
You'll have no issue.
So they'll be able to do a concrete
Yep.
thing there.
The only
Mhm.
thing that you'll do is the guys that you hire, because the irrigation will only run where you have plants. And the irrigation runs basically along those lines, and it runs under. More than likely, they're going to go about 3 to 4 inches deep on the curb here. Follow this, and then straighten it out, and then go all the way back. The only person that you're going to have to call is the gas company, just to have them put a couple of flags, just to let you know where the gas line's running, just for safety purposes.
Okay.
The little vents that you see by the tree, they are designed to open up, and let's say the tree, they wanted to put some vitamin capsules for the tree, they would basically put them down, and it goes down about 18 inches, so it gets it down at the bottom of the root, and then they just water it, and it basically slowly gives vitamin to the tree.
Oh
okay.
wow.
Wow.
That's
I want you-
thoughtful.
My goal is for you to more or less know, and you don't have to remember everything I'm explaining except for the key items. But this way you can know everything that's in your house, what it's
Yeah.
doing there, and the purpose for it.
Yeah.
I'll continue here. You have your standard water hose connection.
Okay.
This little tip right here, it's a backflow preventer. So when you hook up the water hose, the water line that's in the line, it keeps it from going in the line and polluting it.
Oh, okay.
This right here is for inspection purposes. That little PVC is there for, it's a blow-off valve and a drainage valve for the fire sprinkler system. During the test, the framing and the testing part of it, they'll come out and simulate a fire, and they'll blow the line, and then water will come out of there, and it's got to maintain a certain amount of pressure to basically pass.
Okay.
So that is there for testing purposes only.
Okay.
Okay. Before I forget, you'll want to take a picture of this bad boy here. You'll need that SEC number, which is your meter number. And you'll lost it. Let's say if the bill's going to be under Frida, or if it's going to be under Edward, Edison will give you a customer ID number. You'll need those two things and that number to activate your solar panels. Everything
Oh, okay.
on the solar is already installed. It's just not active.
Okay.
Edison and Sunrun, they work out their numbers. It's usually all about money. And once they
course.
figure it out, they'll basically activate your solar panels.
I just
So this
now
is
read
a
the text.
diagram of the top of your roof. This is your address here. Your solar panels are sitting on the opposite side of where we're standing. We are standing right here right now. You can see your driveway. We're standing here. This is how many solar panels you have on your house.
What, right here?
Yeah.
That's good that they do that
Yeah.
because usually when
They
I ask
started
sellers
doing
how
that,
many
I
you
think,
have,
like-
and they're like, I don't know.
I think I've been here 7 years. I think they started doing it about 6 years ago.
That's good.
You
Sit
okay?
down?
I'm listening to talking.
Oh,
Go in the shade.
you can go in the shade.
No, I'm just.
That little device up there that has the tape sticking on top of it, that is a photo cell. Right now that it's covered, your exterior lights will work. Once I remove the tape after I pass my inspection, which was today, I'll remove the tape. During the day, your exterior lights will not work because they're connected off the photo cell. I'll show you inside the
Wow.
house what switch you need to have on in order for the lights to turn on when the sun goes down.
So automatically, wow.
I wish I could have my coworker bring my chair if you want.
You know what? I had a chair in my car yesterday and I just took it out.
You want me to have my coworker bring one? I can.
You want him to bring it here?
I'm recording it for them too.
No problem.
Thank you.
I'm gonna have my co.
He said he'll be okay.
Okay. Should I play a second for having my coworker bring
Yeah.
one?
Yeah, maybe. Just in case.
I like to.
I just took the chair out of the car yesterday.
You say this house not sold yet?
Not yet. If you want to buy it.
How come they get a purple thing on theirs and we didn't get one?
For what?
Oh, theirs hasn't been painted. It's the same type. It just that one's painted, that one's not.
Mm.
Hey, hello. Yeah. Hey, do me a favor. Can you bring me one of the white chairs that we have in the office? Yeah. Just bring me one, and just leave it in the garage for me. Thank you.
Frida, I'll be able to send you this later.
Okay.
And a lot of this is pretty basic. It's not. This is building.
Well,
a house.
these are newer homes, so
Yeah.
even my house that was built in 2021 doesn't have that.
It,
Oh, really?
it depends on the
So.
builder.
Brookville,
It depends on the builder.
yeah, yeah. So I think this is nice.
All of your TV, cable, internet will go through here.
Okay.
There is a second panel on the inside part of your laundry that it also has a conduit with a tether inside connected to it. And then from here, there's more conduits that go to the street.
Okay.
So far, I've seen a couple of different cable providers. They're pretty much all accessible as far as the one you choose.
Okay.
Inside right here, you have the wires that go to all of your sprinkler heads and your irrigation controller on the other side of this wall.
Nice.
That it's low voltage wiring, so you don't have to worry about it going underground, and the wires will be popping up on this side.
Okay,
This is your
perfect.
gas meter. The gas meter has been installed a week after I poured your foundation. So the gas line itself, I installed right away. The gas meter's been installed, I would say, for about a month.
Okay.
So far, everything works good. AC works good. The heater works good. We test all of our homes before we ever hand them over to you.
Okay.
And then as far as doing concrete, you're not limited to pretty much anything except pretty much it's really up to you as far as how creative you want to get.
Okay.
The only thing that I always recommend to every single homeowner is let association know what you're planning on doing.
Right.
This way, if they have any issues with it, they
Yeah.
let you know ahead before you
Yeah.
spend any money.
Right.
Follow me real quick. We'll spend like maybe 10 more minutes in the backyard and we'll go inside the garage.
Okay.
You have another access point for the water system here, so you can have another water shut off here.
Oh,
This
okay.
will shut off the water to the slope that's in the back.
Okay.
These two sprinkler heads are basically the controlling the front. The one there is on the right. This one will be on the left. This right here are both connected to the water water heater on the other side. Thank you. This is a blow off for the water heater, and this is
Okay.
an access point because there is a drain on the other side that it's connected to.
Okay.
Oh, this.
This is just for the front. And I'll show you the ones in the back. Follow me this way. Watch your step right here.
Yeah, what is this? That's not one. I saw this.
This is drainage this is drainage for your backyard, which is great. So let's say you do a nice concrete patio in the back, or even if you do full concrete here, you'll be able to bring that drain up.
Yeah.
And on days that it rains or if it gets dusty and you feel like cozying off, they'll slope the concrete to that drain, and that drain leads out to the street.
Okay.
And don't worry about any debris or mud or water that goes out to the street, because everything on the street goes to a catch basin down at the bottom of the job site. It does not go to the sewer. This is an access point for your sewer system. So on this side, you have your bathroom. So if you had a backup on this area, they could snake here and go to the main drains for the tub shower and for the toilet.
I was wondering what that was. But I
Yeah.
can't find it.
And then this one goes to the back of the sinks on your master bath.
Let's go this right here, and then they have the drain here.
This is your air conditioning unit. That is the shut off. It does run off 220, so that's why it has a little
Goes off at
Your house
220.
in particular, compared to other homes within the community, they have these extra shutters and that little accent square on the back because this is considered an enhancement on the back part of your home because the back street is goats. Even though you can't see it from the street,
Right.
but it still needs to be enhanced.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. The slope that you have, honestly, just about it, like all these homeowners all the way to the corner, this is not a bad slope compared to other ones that I've seen. This one you could easily build a nice little retaining
Yeah,
wall and
right.
gain an extra 2-3 feet.
Right.
That's good. How come they're doing the retaining wall there?
They do only if it's needed by the city. So if there's a huge elevation change between
Yeah.
one pad to the other, that's when they have it. In this case, this is
It
not
wasn't.
not that bad.
Yeah, because we looked at another one. The slope was way higher.
Ooh-wee.
It was bad.
And it took up a lot of the backyard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that one?
Yeah, if you want a nice backyard but not a huge backyard, this is perfect.
Exactly.
That one next door is similar, but the one after that, I walked with them yesterday.
It's a big.
It's huge,
Yeah.
but he's planning on doing a pool, so it's perfect.
Oh, he's on a pool.
He's doing a pool, so for him,
Well,
it's
we
perfect.
can go down there then.
Right?
The 3 sprinkler heads right there, that's
Okay.
what's controlling the slope.
Okay.
This, you'll see those sprinkler heads on the top. Not do your normal spray and mist because you lose a lot of it. It's more of a squirt. This way you lose less water with the wind hitting.
Okay.
Are those purple flowers? Are those
I have
Do they
no idea. They'll push out a little bit, but
Okay.
not huge.
okay?
And same thing with the trees. The trees are designed to not have those big old root systems. Like back in the old neighborhoods, 'cause I grew up in an old house where you would see that sidewalk take,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
all the trees in here. You'll notice at when you go to the models, as you drive through that neighborhood on the very first street, not Thornton, but in the track,
Yeah.
you'll notice a lot of their trees. They don't have the supports anymore. Those houses have been built for a year and about 6 months. All those houses in there, I built them. So after a certain amount of time, they have a certain root system. They'll remove the temp on it.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So they're designed to basically not have the big ugly root system.
Okay. Good.
They thought about everything. I'm like, okay,
You'll be able
Poultry.
to connect all of your drainage here. On the other neighborhood next door, we didn't have that. So it's
Got an
you're
extreme
saving
here.
yourself about $1,500 by having them do it.
I have a question. What is this?
It's called hydro mulch.
Hydro mulch. Okay, because
There's
I'm
no,
like,
there's 2 types of hydro mulch. There's a hydro mulch that'll have a seed in it. This one does not.
okay.
So in Menifee, they require us to hydro mulch in order for us in the middle of summer when we have the winds, so you don't have the dust.
Yes. Because what I'm noticing is that the house, it's not messing up the stucco.
It's not messing
So
up the
what they did over in Marietta for us is they just put dirt, and the whole rim of our house is still disgusting.
It's
Oh, really?
And this allows you time to, figure out what your landscaping is going to be before it gets all disgusting on your house during the rain.
that is.
So I appreciate that, definitely.
On the side over here, you have a couple of things. At the end over there, you have the similar drains for the landscaping. So if you wanted to avoid all of the surrounding here, and you do one slope of concrete, you would do 2 things. You can start it here and have it slope all the way down there, and then up to the drain, and then go from the block wall this way. And what they do is they grade it this way to you. When you walk on it, you could barely feel it, but it drains to that single drain and it goes out.
Okay.
And
That's
then you have
nice.
standard water hose connection there.
Okay.
On this side, you'll see the vent for the kitchen. And then right under that window, you'll see that pipe sticking out of the ceiling.
Yeah.
That is your condensation line. So when you're running your air conditioning,
Uh-huh.
that is a secondary backup condensation line. The primary, I'll show you once we go inside the house.
Okay.
It is under the bathroom too, connected to a rubber hose. So if you
Okay.
happen to see water coming down this one, that means the main one is clogged up.
Okay.
So it's
Okay.
somewhat of a fail-safe.
Okay. Good to know.
I tried running a little bit fast because I know it's a little bit warm, so you go back inside and enjoy the garage and air
AC.
conditioning.
So you have a nice size concrete slab
Yeah, I
here,
see.
which you can immediately put like a, little sitting area.
Yeah, we have a little bit of patio furniture.
Mhm.
Right here.
Then you got
Are
your
guys
outlet.
moving from local here?
We moved. We sold our house in Moreno Valley, and now we live a mile and a half with our daughter until this was ready, so.
So you guys are ready to have your own house.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, she's on deployment, so we
Yeah,
haven't,
she's on deployment, so that's.
we've had her new house to ourselves. She hasn't even enjoyed it.
So you've been enjoying her new house.
Yes.
That's not a bad thing.
That's not a
But
bad
you know what?
thing.
It worked out because the refrigerator broke, the breaker box.
Really?
Yeah,
You were able to get the kinks worked
so
out?
yeah, she was like, well, it's a good thing you were there, Mom. So
Oh,
you
my
go through everything.
goodness.
So if anything happens at your house, you'll be ready.
Oh my goodness. Oh, wow.
Yeah, she's had a couple of issues.
Oh, you guys should have called. But I'm glad you were able to get it all settled.
Working
You
it
just want
out.
to make sure you
One
let
of the
them
breakers kept
know,
Popping.
flipping, yeah.
Mhm.
Their
And
goal
so
is
they
to,
fixed that.
to basically
earlier this week.
have you come through
Okay.
and do what you're actually saying you're gonna do.
So we got,
I like this stuff they got down here. Like, I thought, I was like, oh man, it's gonna be a dirt yard. My feet are gonna be all dusty. But look at these mountain views from every angle.
Oh, I know.
And then the fact that they didn't do that sloppy mulch that they did
Yeah.
rock, like this is easier to maintain.
And when they were building it, I was like, I hope I can see like a view.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna look nice when it's covered with the snow. So you get the mountains over there.
Yeah.
You got the tall mountains back there. It's gonna look beautiful.
mailbox is right
It's
across the
right
street.
across the street. Yes. Oh my goodness.
Now you already, I'm assuming you already changed the water service or called
They're
the
gonna
forum
turn
for.
that on Friday.
so,
Next Friday.
So they went ahead and already dropped off your trash
Yeah.
cans. I
Yeah.
seen them out there on the street.
Nice.
In case they didn't get lost, I went ahead and pulled them in for you.
Thank you.
Those are good size too.
Yeah, they're good size.
Yeah.
Mine are shorter, but just a tad bit wider.
Oh,
I
okay.
think every
Yeah,
city
mine
has
is
them a little
shorter
bit.
in,
Yeah.
in Marietta, and I had to buy an extra trash can, black trash can.
See, I was gonna do that, but then I seen how much they charge you to have the trash can.
They do.
And then even if they don't haul it, they still charge you
Mm-hmm.
the extra. And I was like, nah, I'll just keep an extra trash can full, and I'll just empty it next time I go around.
Mm-hmm.
And then now that I work here, if I ever have extra trash, I just
Just bring it here. I know people that bring theirs all the way down to the base, the military bases.
Oh, really?
I have a low boy which is intended only for concrete. Right here on this side, I don't have any more of the big bins. But if you turn the corner, the little cul-de-sac, that's also pathway. If you have boxes or anything that you want to throw away, I'll have the big
Oh.
dumpsters over there.
Okay.
The low boy is only intended for concrete stuff and tile and stuff like that.
Okay.
If you go to my Greenway models, my low boy is full of cardboard boxes,
Oh.
Oh
and
wow.
I have to get that in.
We have plenty of those.
Well, let me know because I got other sellers that need boxes.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
Yeah,
definitely.
if you, any trash that you need, I'll have the smaller bins if you don't want to go down there. So you'll always see the smaller bins that you could I'd rather you throw stuff way here than you
Yeah.
struggle with it. If there's something too heavy, let me know. If you put it out by the curb, I can throw it away for you.
Okay. Remind me, I have wardrobe boxes.
Okay.
Where you can hang your clothes in it.
Perfect.
So the neighbor next door to Ashley, he had them. And I walked over one day, he's like, I asked him for some extra boxes, and he said, I got wardrobe boxes. Yeah, they're nice.
Oh my
They're
goodness,
nice.
those are nice.
Your slab foundation is a post-tension slab. What that means is you have cables running within the foundation.
Okay.
So if you ever did any concrete coring, or let's say you wanted to change your shower out and make it a walk-in shower and get rid of the tub altogether, and you did any concrete coring to move the drains over, you would want to know where those cables are running. So the only time you have to worry about is if you were going to do any concrete work within the foundation itself.
Okay.
If you're not, don't even worry about it. This
This is our retirement home.
This
and
is-
we're gonna be retired.
And that's what I drive. So if you guys ever have a question, at the end of the walk, I have my business card in there. It's
Okay.
got my email. If you guys have a question, I'm pretty easy to get a hold of. You're gonna see plenty of me once you move in. This is your
That's
fire
nice.
sprinkler access point. Other than knowing what it's there for, there's not a whole lot for you to do. This is the amount of pressure you have going to the fire sprinkler system.
Okay.
This is in the off mode right now because the only time it goes on is if we're doing any kind of testing. Okay? So other than that, that's pretty much it. You won't ever have to go in there. If they ever have to, let's say, years from now, if they have to service a sprinkler line or anything like that, they would turn off the main, drain the system. The system does take about 20 to 25 minutes to drain because these lines are running all the way
Yeah.
to the back corner of the home.
Okay.
This is the last water shut off here. This shuts off the water to just the home itself. So let's say you go on vacation and you want to play it safe and didn't want to have any miscues.
Yeah.
There is nothing wrong with you turning off the water service here because your fire sprinklers are still active because they're
Oh,
connected
okay.
to the main.
Okay, good.
And then when you come back into the home,
You turn it
go
on.
to your kitchen, turn on your faucet first, turn on your bathroom faucet before you turn on this,
Oh,
just
okay.
because every once in a while you'll have air in the line and you don't
Yeah.
want your fixture to get blown out.
Okay.
Okay?
Good to know.
And you're gonna get tested at the end on everything I've said. I'm kidding. I'm gonna give you written versions, a lot of the stuff that I'm explaining.
Okay,
So
good.
if you ever needed to go back and then
Okay.
she's recording it, a lot of this stuff is mainly little things just to kind of help you.
Yeah.
This is your electrical sub panel on the outside. I showed you your electrical panel. The outside will have the bigger ticket items.
Yeah.
There's one breaker that's labeled on the outside that'll say sub panel that goes to this electrical panel here.
Okay.
This electrical panel has your smoke detectors, your family room, your entry, garage door opener, your dryer outlet or your washer outlet, your garbage disposal, dishwasher, your two kitchen GFCIs, and your microwave.
Okay.
Now these breakers here, those are normal. This breaker here, this is an arc fault. This one you'll have to go back and all the way forward in order for you to reset them. The
Okay.
reason you hear the chirping is because that's the one
Yeah.
going to the smoke detectors. Smoke detectors, they're hardwired, but they still have the backup batteries, so you're not gonna get away from the chirping every once in a while.
Okay.
This one right here, your house comes with solar and with a backup battery. So
Okay.
we've been having different outages in the past over the fires and all that stuff. These 5 items here, they're connected to your backup battery.
Okay.
So just like your car, this is a huge battery for your house only.
Oh.
Okay? If you ever see it blinking, don't freak out. It's doing a self-update. That's all it's doing.
Oh, okay.
I found out that the hard way when I failed a couple of finals and it was doing a self-update. I couldn't control it either through my solar company, so I just recalled it for the next day. But if it's ever blinking, all it's doing is doing a self-update.
Okay.
If it does have it incur a power outage, this will start going down, and then when the power comes back on and everything goes back to normal, it'll slowly start trickling up, and that's how you know when the battery gets drained.
Okay.
In here is how they connect to the battery and the solar system remotely. So in here, there's a couple of wireless devices where they can connect. They look similar to what today's technology looks like. So they'll connect to this remotely, and they can get readings off the solar panels, tap into the battery, figure out how it's working, stuff like that. Get any information on your solar, how much you're using, like how much each solar panel is outputting and stuff like that. They can tie into this remotely without bothering you. In here, you have internal switches that basically, on a day that you have a power outage, this has an internal switch that'll basically kill the power to the main and divert it to the battery.
Okay.
When the power comes back on, inside it reverts it back where you don't have to do anything with it.
Okay, good.
Everything's done for you.
Perfect.
Good.
And then all this stuff you're not gonna have to remember because a lot of the stuff is just mainly
It's gonna.
for you to
Yeah.
sort of remember, but you don't have to worry about
Right.
it too much.
Right.
And the solar company probably already reached out to you guys anyway via email.
Not yet.
They will. This is your irrigation controller.
Okay.
This is all the sprinkler heads that are connected and the timers and the amount of minutes that is on each one.
Nice.
This little device here, it's a wireless router that connects to a little device that I forgot to mention because I was running through the backyard. On your vinyl gate, there's a little antenna looking thing sticking on the vinyl gate. It's a rain catcher. On days that it rains, it'll collect rain and it'll deactivate your irrigation system so you're not wasting water. So everybody's driven by the city hall where the sprinklers are on and it's pouring rain. Yeah, you're not gonna have that.
Oh.
So this will be connected to that on days that you get rain, small mist, anything that basically lets water in, and if it's enough, it'll deactivate the irrigation system.
So we can add stations onto
You
this?
can add more than enough stations.
Okay.
You can see here how much extra wiring there is. Like out of all this wire, they're only using like a small portion of it, and then the wiring that goes to the outside, there's ways of tapping into it and adding more to
Because I
the.
like flowers.
I do too. That's what keeps me sane.
Yeah, I like flowers.
This blank box here and this blank box here, they're for grounding purposes.
Okay.
I think it was in October, about 3 years ago, we had those weird lightnings and everybody was freaking out. That has a steel grounding rod that goes down about 3 feet and it goes a little bit past the water here. That has all the electrical connected to the grounding rod, and this is grounding your main gas line to that same grounding rod.
Okay.
So on days that the unforeseen happens and lightning strikes the house, what it does is it dissipates into the ground.
Okay.
Okay, you said those are the two, the bottom?
Yeah, the two bottoms are for grounding purposes. I see you have a Tesla, so you're gonna need a charger.
No, that's not my car.
I thought that was your car.
That's my daughter's car.
Okay. Well,
It's my car until she comes back.
In case you want to add a charging harness in the future,
So it's right there.
this is a blank box that goes into the main electrical panel on the outside, and it has a conduit. So we did the legwork. You just have to get in the infrastructure of running a wire, adding the breaker, and adding the charging.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, yes, I feel actually,
Yeah.
I feel actually like that.
Yeah. So that's basically electric vehicle. Any questions so far? This is going to be your water heater. Because it is electric, it runs off 220. You do have a disconnect right there. This is just for safety purposes.
That's nice.
Nobody
So
runs it.
it's electric?
So it's not gas?
Really?
Your daughter's house probably has a tankless, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so those things are awesome. I'm not gonna lie. Tankless water heaters they're bad. They're really.
They're expensive too.
Yes.
Mhm.
This isn't dropping a bucket.
Oh.
Price wise, they're about the same thing.
Really?
Yes. These
Well,
are.
God, why couldn't we have the tank back then?
When we switched in 2022, the building code changed, and in order to build the house, we had to switch over to the new building code, which in order for us to meet a energy efficiency within the home, they did away with the tankless, and we had to go with tank water heating.
Oh.
It is pretty efficient. I have not heard any complaints except for one particular young lady that takes 50 to an hour long showers and baths. Everybody's different, and then she'll do that 2 to 3 times a day. When you're draining this thing for a full straight hour,
She got
it's
OCD.
but for the most part, with the 2 bathrooms you have and even
Yeah.
the laundry, and it'll be pretty unique if you ever run out of hot water.
Okay.
So far, I honestly have not seen any complaints about it. I'm about 80 of these in, and so far, the only time that I had a service was one was when they initial setup, they did it the wrong way. When we first started doing it. My plumbing company comes out, sets everything up, you should be good to go.
Okay.
When I do my final, I gotta run my hot water, air conditioning, my heater, everything. The little blue device is an expansion tank for the hot water, so if the hot water needed somewhere to go for whatever reason, it would basically go into there.
Oh.
That is just for safety purposes.
Is it big enough?
It's big enough. So what it is it's basically an expansion tank to allow for the hot vapor to go into.
Oh, okay.
If it ever needed to purge itself,
Oh, for the vapors.
if it ever needed to purge itself, it would go through here. So like here, this is a radiator cap looking thing. If I go like this, it'll blow hot water out through there. And when you touch it, you can feel that it's hot. In today's day and age, everything's about safety.
I see.
And that one has a warranty and everything on it.
Your house comes with a 1-year finish on everything with the home. The only thing that we don't warranty in the first year is batteries and light bulb. That's pretty much it. The other thing that we don't warranty for the first year is your sewer cleanouts. That's only for 30 days because we don't know what you're putting down the sink or putting down the toilets. And that's pretty standard with pretty much all filters. That is your standard fire door. It weighs about 220 pounds, so if you have grandchildren coming over, it'll
Every day.
self-close, it'll catch fingers.
Oh.
This right here is your light switch there. Let's say you go from the garage and you leave to the store and you forget to turn the light off. Once it doesn't sense movement, it'll turn off for you. Once you come back in, you'll have to turn it back on.
Yeah.
And then this is your standard garage door opener and closer. When you get your house, you'll get 2 clickers and then you'll get your keys.
And it has the app to it.
It has the app, so you can download the app.
Okay.
And if you needed to add a remote, if you had a remote for you and your husband, and you wanted one for your daughter, you could easily add one right there. It's pretty simple.
Oh.
If she has LiftMaster at her house, the clicker comes with 3 different settings. You can easily program her remote to this one, pretty easy.
Yeah.
If you needed help, I could help you reprogram.
So we can do it to our cars.
This is just something Pulte adds to just maintenance on a house, because most newer, younger folks that buy a new house, they think a house doesn't require maintenance. It's the complete opposite. Yes. So the only thing that I add is this. I add the heat, a little asterisks. Everybody forgets about their heater during the winter time, and vice versa in the other times.
I'll bring it
I
in
keep
for you.
yapping a lot.
No, it's okay.
I'll let you know.
Did you say what that was right there?
That is a necessary upgrade. It's called the low voltage converter. It converts regular 110 electricity to low voltage. The reason you need that is the little sensors that go to the garage door opener, the one that goes here, and the ones that go to your doorbell. All of those are low voltage electricity.
Okay.
In order to convert that, we need that little device. We put it up high, and because if you were to touch those 2 little screws together, it'll give you a slight tingle, nothing that's gonna cause harm.
Remember with Ashley's house, and we were asking what was that extra wires that was sticking out? So they did y'all's better.
Yeah.
And the other reason it doesn't have a cover is it does get hot. Believe it or not, I would say 90% of the homes, old or new, that have the sensors will have it. Just most people don't really think of it. I'll follow you guys inside. Try not
Thank
to bore
you.
you guys too much.
No, you're fine.
Beautiful. That AC is
Somebody walked in
amazing.
with dirty feet, I will clean that up. I noticed it when I came in.
Oh, somebody came in with, okay, yep, they tracked it.
AC is on and it's nice and cool.
This AC feels amazing.
Every single bedroom and living room will have one upside down plug. I believe your daughter's house, if it's new, should have the same exact thing as that.
Yeah.
And that'll control the switch. The other will control the ceiling fan.
Okay.
That ceiling fan is
That's the
basically.
ceiling fan?
Yep.
And that's
So
the sprinkler?
this is the sprinkler, ceiling fan, and then that's smoke detector. And you can feel the AC coming in through here.
Yeah.
This vent here, you will not feel any air. That is something that we had to add in order to allow air access into the bedrooms. So that whole energy code that we got to abide by in California. The whole idea is if this door is closed, it allows for airflow into the room. Even though the window still kind of allows a little bit of air, but again, I didn't design it. Somebody with a college degree and makes more money than I did.
These baseboards are nice.
They
It has like an extra detail to them.
The overall finish, I've only been a superintendent for Pulte, but I've been building homes since I was 19. I was a carpenter by trade. Pulte and other builders, the overall finishes are better compared to one builder to the other.
Okay.
So you have your lower end builders that, like your DR Hortons, your KB Homes, stuff like that, and then you have your little upper echelon builder that I won't get to mention because I'm getting recorded.
Tell me about Brookfield. Please tell me about Brookfield.
I've never worked for Brookfield as a super, but I did build their homes. I didn't see their overall finishes. By the time I leave there, I leave there before the drywall goes on.
Okay.
But every builder in California builds a good home. It just the overall finishes have different specs to them. What I noticed coming here with Pulte, again, I've never been a super for anybody else, but I noticed that the finishes are better. Everybody puts the same things into their homes. Don't think that Lennar or Brookfield, they're putting in cheaper stuff. It's all the same materials. It's just a matter of how you finish them.
Yeah.
The baseboards are pretty similar. The flooring is pretty, it's just how you finish it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all.
Nice.
The only difference.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had a Pulte. We moved from a Pulte house,
Oh, did
and they
you?
had really nice finishes.
Okay.
Over here, you have your shelf and cold closet. There's no light inside of it. You have your shelf and cold there.
Okay.
In here, you have your laundry room. And now I know my earlier, that was how I got this from. My inspector goes into the attic. We had our inspection earlier today, so we had to set up a ladder. My inspector goes in there, makes sure that I have a working platform, that everything is on the up and up as far as the gas lines, sediment trap. So it'll be a little dirty there, but I'll paint that just because
Okay.
that's where my inspector went into.
Okay, with the driveway, what's that for?
Which this
Yeah, no, there.
gas line.
Oh, that's the gas line.
Yeah. So.
Oh,
Your home is built on the newer code, so if you wanted to be energy friendly and didn't want to use gas because somebody said gas is bad, even though I've been in
Right.
gas homes my entire life
Right.
here in California, and I remember having the heating units in the wall. They used to
Right.
smell real bad when I
Right.
first started them in the beginning. You have the capability to make your whole entire home electric if you chose to.
Oh, really?
Why somebody would want to do that is beyond me. But if you wanted to go with an electric dryer, you could.
Oh,
Wow. Because you have the 220 connection here. But like my mom said, I wouldn't be, she'll crucify me if I go electric. Gas is still cheaper and it's still better.
yeah, right.
They're more efficient. So you have your gas dryer connection here, you have your dryer connection here. If you don't hook it up right away on a windy day, you'll hear a little bit of the flapper because it does have the little grill and it has a flapper. So whenever you're not using the dryer, that flapper is closed.
Bless
You have your gas connection here. This is an access point for the drainage system for the washer. So let's say 10 years from now, when you're still here, the drainage system for whatever reason gets too much lint or it gets clogged up, you have an access point here for it where you
Okay.
can snake it.
Okay.
Nice.
The difference between older homes and newer homes is they just made them easier, more accessible
Right.
to fix things
Right.
that go wrong in any house.
Yeah.
Then you have your washer connection here. The hot will always be on the left, cold will always be on the right. And then you have your two connections here. This one's for the dryer, this one's for the washer. They split them about 6 years ago because the washer has cycles, and every time it cycles, it pulls a certain amount of wattage every time it goes on. So when you had both of them connected on the same one, whenever you would get the pool and you would have the dryer on at the same time, you would have the electrical arc and it would pop the breaker. So they separated them, and the resets are right here. So if these little buttons aren't green and you're not and they're not working, that's when you go to the inside of your garage where on the sub panel electrical, and they're clearly labeled right there.
They shut off automatically?
These
after a
shut
while?
off automatically.
Okay.
This will be for your light. This one right here is going to be for that vent. That vent, let's say you go on vacation and you forget to leave your AC on, this will actually turn on and help fluctuate air throughout the home with that little grill.
Okay.
And it also has a moisture detector and a vacancy.
Oh, nice.
And what's this back here?
This little box is going to be for all your TV, cable, and internet needs. So everything that basically you could, you have a plug in the bottom here, and the reset for that plug is right there.
Okay.
If you wanted to or needed to leave your router here, you have that capability.
Okay.
And then this is all the wiring that is running to different parts of the house. This conduit here has a string attached to it. That actually goes out to the main box on the outside where we started on the electrical. That orange conduit goes to the one on the outside. So that you're retired now, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to have better, quicker internet, or let's say you needed a certain fiber, you can pull that into here.
I don't need it. The grandkids do. They can't do nothing unless they're on the internet. Unless they got some type of device.
I can't imagine Adonis without his tablet and.
Unfortunately, now I have become obsessed with the internet also, where you're good. No, you're good. So these two light switches here. So a little bit about your front door key. My builder key works here. The day that I know you're gonna close, I get your two remotes and I get your keys, and I come and use the keys that came with these locks, and it'll deactivate my builder key.
Okay.
You can still switch locks if you choose to, but for safety concerns, just know that the key is specific to this lock.
Okay.
So you're not gonna, sometimes won't do it too far ahead of time, then we won't have access to the house. And that is your doorbell.
Okay.
The little box that comes with the camera, the sales team will give it to you when they give you your keys. You can
The ring? Wasn't it supposed to? Oh, it's on there.
but the box has a little QR code, that way you can
Okay.
connect to it directly.
Okay.
And right now, you'll see that this light switch right here controls the coach light above you.
okay.
So it is on right now, but the minute I remove the photo cell, during the day, it will not work.
Good. I like this.
So as long as you
Oh.
leave it on in that position,
Okay.
you're fine.
I like what you guys finished the roof with. It's not the regular stucco.
It's not. This is exterior drywall. Sometimes it's a little hit and miss blending it into the stucco, but the overall finish, it does look a lot better. It's a smoother finish, and it's the same thing on
Yeah, I
the
noticed it in the back patio. I was like, ooh,
Yeah, it's a nicer finish.
I like that. Okay, I might have to
So,
get me a
and this-
Pulte home
We
again.
got plenty of specs, so this will be the nice big spacious bedroom.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's the one thing that I noticed. Unless you were building in Irvine homes tend to be a tad bit smaller because we usually go 2 or 3 stories up straight, and it's more longer than it is
Yeah.
wider. But anything outside of there, you do
This
have
is a
a
big
more
size.
spacious home.
It is.
And
the show-
every
the show
home
area.
in the homes, you can see
They
the
don't
amount of
sit together.
storage. It's a ridiculous amount. of
This
storage.
is nice. I can see why you picked it out. This is huge.
Yeah.
Pool table?
No,
Oh.
This is his man cave.
This is
Yeah.
your man cave?
Nice.
His area.
this will be my area.
So
This
there
is
will be nothing
nice.
pink in it.
No, not at all. Okay.
Yeah, let make sure the grandkids don't come take it over.
Right,
All their toys be in here.
And you have your, yep, you have a little shelf closet there. Then you have your,
Linen
hallway
closet.
bathroom.
Oh, nice.
Oh, got the wrestling cabinet.
Yep. So you have the plug right there. The plug has a little reset button. If for whatever reason the plugs in your master bath do not work, you'll need to come and reset the one here.
Okay.
Right here?
Okay.
And then I always like to get the first toilet out of the way. These toilets use less water. They're low efficiency toilets. They're great. The only difference is human beings like us, we are not low efficiency. We have not changed too much. So regular flush for number 1s, no problem. Number 2, we always recommend homeowners to flush, hold for a second or two to allow a little bit more water to run. They made them great and they use less water. That's wonderful. But what they don't tell you is that when you don't allow a little bit more water to go through, they're more prone to backing up and clogging.
Why is it so low?
Yeah, I was just about to say.
It's your standard toilet height.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, that might have to get switched
Yeah,
out.
we might have to
Yeah.
replace that.
Sam's Club, $100
Yeah.
has the same length, but it has the taller one. When I moved into my house in 2018, my house was built in the 50s. First thing I did is just out of just not having to listen to my wife is changed out all the toilets. She's like, I don't know who sat there before. So first thing I did before I even moved in was change out the toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's super low. That's like a
It
kid
is.
toilet.
Yeah, that's a kitty toilet.
I noticed that they don't put the shower head inside that, they put,
They put it above it. What they don't want is for you to basically make a hole in here, and then that allows for water to go behind the.
Oh,
So
yeah.
what they do is they go a couple of inches above it, and more often than not, it like taller people like yourself, you're not gonna have no issue about having to duck for the water.
Is that a crack or is that just
Where?
on that
right
corner?
here. I see that's right.
Yeah, is that a scratch or a crack?
It's
And the
it-
top one too,
It's
on
a
the right.
scratch. I'll take care of it.
Yeah,
It's a scratch. I can see it. It goes this way.
Yeah.
I'll take
And
care
then
of it.
look above it too. Above it, from here I can see.
I'll stand where you're at. Oh, I see it.
So
It
Oh,
goes-
yeah.
right
I see it.
here, then right here.
I'll get all that buffed out.
Okay. Cause I know once you get a crack in these things.
Good eye. You got the good eyes. Okay.
Yeah, this is beautiful.
Now, in this bathroom here, let me show you before I forget. You have this rubber hose. Sorry. This rubber hose here is what's connected to your air conditioner. So if you hear like a gargling sound, like on days that you have your air conditioning on, if the P-trap goes empty, all you have to do is basically turn on a little bit of water, fill up the P-trap, so you don't hear that gargling anymore.
Okay. Okay.
In this bedroom here, just like the other one, upside down plug,
Okay.
You have your smoke detector, your vent, sprinkler head, air conditioning, and your ceiling fan.
Okay.
I like that it has the ceiling fan
Yeah.
capability.
Yeah.
Because those are very expensive.
Yeah.
Because you guys chose to buy this house early, right?
Yeah.
Did you guys choose the options too?
Did we do it?
Did you guys choose all the options in it?
No. No. Because at one point I forgot that it was gonna be all vinyl.
Yeah, this is nice to have it.
I was like, oh.
Because not everybody likes carpet. In my house, I have no carpet. All I have is this and tile.
Yeah.
And because I like walking around barefoot, for me, it's
Mhm.
I wear work boots all day. The last thing I
Yeah.
do is wear
I
work
like
boots.
it. I like
This
it.
is really nice.
Yeah. Carpet is, it can be disgusting.
Especially with pets too.
Yeah.
Yep, carpet is maintenance.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm
You see
okay.
Yeah, this from back, it's like a bump. You feel it?
Yeah.
And even from back here, you can see it.
I'll see what I can do with it. I might have to replace the door.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, like right here, I was like, hold on, what is that?
Yeah. I'll see what I can do.
Okay.
If I can't fix it, I'll replace the door.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. This will probably be the 17-year-old's room.
hmm
One of my grandkids lives with me.
It's still a good size.
Yeah, it's a good size.
hmm
And he'll be right next to the bathroom.
Yeah. And away from me.
Yes.
That's all that matters. Is he still going to school?
Yeah. He's on, his last name is Thursday.
That's the filter for,
That is a filter. You're gonna have one filter here, and then you will also have one in your own bedroom. The filter for this one is 20 by 30. You wanna switch out the filters, have your 17-year-old grandchild change it out, grab him a little 6-foot ladder. You wanna change out the filter every 3 to 4 months.
Oh, okay. Okay.
when they start putting the air conditioning up in the ceiling.
So you're talking about the heating unit up top? They've been doing the heating unit up top. The condenser will always sit outside, but the pump and the air pump and the heating unit, they've been putting it upstairs since I was a carpenter. Because back in the days, now the opening on the attic is smaller, but back in the days when I was a carpenter, the opening was always 30 by 30. They think people got skinnier, so they made it small.
What's this panel right here?
This is gonna be your Wi-Fi expansion. So one of the little wires that was in the box behind you in the laundry room, in the model, you'll notice there's a little circular device in the ceiling that has a little G on it. That's a Wi-Fi expander.
So right here?
You can, and that's at no cost to you. It's not an option. It's a standard in every single one of the homes that we do. It's a Wi-Fi expander where you could have added once you have up and running internet. You can buy the little device and program it to your internet.
Okay.
It gives you more frequency and better frequency.
Okay.
You only need it if the internet isn't that good in the area.
I didn't even notice this little space right here.
That's good. You can put a console or something here.
Like a little, what do they call it? The little Chinas?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like a little China.
The curio thing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So in here you have 3 switches. The one right here will be for your ceiling fan. This one will be for your upside down plug. That's in that corner over there.
Okay.
So if you hook up a lamp to the top section, it'll work off of this. The bottom will be a standard plug, and then you have your pan lights right here.
Okay.
And they have dimmers.
It has to.
So like all the lights have dimmers.
Okay.
In here you have your, for even though he's gonna have his man cave, if you wanna have your own big size TV here, you have the capability to just plug it in here as opposed to having that wire hanging down.
Yeah.
And then if you needed to run anything to the back of the TV, you have that capability also.
Yeah.
You have a Cat 6 internet connection here, so when you set up your Wi-Fi, you could probably put your router here to be more central
Okay.
within the house itself.
Okay.
Any questions so far?
No.
That's nice.
Well.
I like that there's no neighbors behind.
Right.
Not only is there no neighbors behind, but that is not a 6-foot wall. That is a little bit more than 6 foot wall.
Oh.
When you open the windows, you can hear the actual cars drive by. But once the windows are closed,
Nothing.
like you could barely hear the noise right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm noticing the screen is a little different too.
These are all metal screens. They're not your typical thinner mesh.
Yeah, I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
And then you got both, so you can open both and with a reason.
The best thing about this is, if you notice, not just us, but every builder, they try to go with that big bay window so you can have that natural light going
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is nice.
Very nice.
I noticed the little details.
Yes, you do.
That's
Here you have
nice.
your other panel lights here. And then the other switch here will be for the outside lights.
Okay.
So as long as you leave that one on, patio comes on by itself.
Oh.
Hmm.
Oh.
You're gonna have me going home looking to see if I got this. Oh my God.
And then we'll skip the kitchen, go straight to your bedroom, and then we'll
Okay.
finish off over here.
Okay. So far, so good.
So this is probably a little bit lower than what you're used to. The reason
I
being
like it
is
like that, they
the
don't.
the whole idea, the bedroom that's going to be his man cave. The door itself to the bedroom and to the bathroom, it actually is it's wheelchair accessible, and this is another or one of the other things that went with it.
Okay. Wow.
So they did
That's nice. Oh, you're fine. I'm making a video. You're fine.
just like in the living room, you have the exact same function here. You have your camera, your ceiling fan, and you have your half top fan.
Okay.
And same beautiful window. So,
So
morning-
this is for the fan, right?
That is for the fan right there.
Okay.
And what it does is this switch gives you the capability to separate the fan from the light.
Oh.
Some of the fans, depending on what kind of fan you buy, most of them come with remotes, which everybody basically goes off the remote instead of the switch.
Yeah.
And then you can control the speed and everything too.
Yep, that's why good old school.
I can imagine your flowers
Yes.
out there. Oh my goodness.
Vacancy sensor, so that one just has your standard on and off switch.
Nice. Oh, look how they framed the bathroom.
Oh, look at this.
The little detail on the walls, yes.
Cool. Okay, double thinking, I remember that.
Now there's a little ugliness on the bottom of this one, which let me explain. There's
Oh.
nothing pretty about that. It's a mixing valve. It mixes the hot and cold water. So let's say you have one of your small grandchildren that's, a baby still, and he were to be in the tub. When you turn on the hot water, it keeps direct hot, scalding hot water going out. It'll mix it before it gets there.
Oh, okay.
So let's say you're a person that likes to have really hot showers. You would
You
mix
know
it.
me too well.
It's hit and miss. It's like 50-50 so far. You would call in our service department to get the plumber out here to adjust that. So I always tell homeowners, check out the hot water, take a hot bath, a hot shower, and if it's not to your liking and you want a little bit more hot water, you just call in customer service, which I'm going to get to at the end of the walk. They come out and they adjust the hot water there.
It's nice.
So
Can they, why is it like peeling around there?
it's not peeling because that's the back of the wall. I'll have that filled in.
Okay.
Yeah, this little piece
Yeah.
right there, it looks really
Yeah.
bad.
I'll get it taken care of.
Okay.
Don't mind me. I'll do this so I can remember.
Okay.
And I'm going to write all this stuff down on my paper.
Okay. That one is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The low toilet.
Oh, that one low too?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not gonna work. This is gonna have to get changed.
Yeah, so this one looks like it's a little bit of cracking too, but not as bad as the left one.
The only thing they're going to be able to do that is possibly do some caulking or all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, some caulking or something.
That's the only thing that I didn't care too much about. These cabinets, they don't have the backer. You see directly behind the wall. Usually if they have the backer, it tends to look a little bit better.
That's a nice soaking tub.
Yeah.
And you can get you something nice there and then a nice picture or something.
Okay.
That's not, what? Go ahead, Poti. Go ahead.
Now, this glass right here, even if you were to get the water softener, I couldn't tell you if we had hard or soft water. I was a rough carpenter by trade, so I couldn't tell the difference. But even if you had a water softener, you still are not going to get away from the water spots in your shower. But if you use Rain-X every 3 to 4 weeks, Rain-X is that automotive product that you put on your windshield to repel the water. If you use Rain-X here and a squeegee, it'll.
Oh, okay.
I was about to say, always get that squeegee.
Yeah.
Because that
Yeah.
squeegee, I'm telling my husband, hey, make sure.
But the Rain-X, it does a really good job. Once you spray the Rain-X on the outside and on the inside,
Okay.
give it 30, 40 minutes for it to
Right.
soak in
Yeah.
good. And you'll see it when you thaw it, and you'll see that water just repel away.
Okay.
It'll be really good.
Okay.
And then is she gonna show the closet? Is it gonna be on her?
Mine.
On her.
Mine.
She said
She's nice.
She said she
And then you can
got
get
your
a
man cave
double,
closet.
you can get a lower bar too
Yeah,
if you need
yeah.
it.
I'm gonna
Mhm.
need it.
Yep.
I'm gonna need the lower bar.
She can. In my son's room, my daughter's room, and on my side of the closet, I did exactly that. I added a whole second
Yeah.
section, and I put all my jeans on the bottom. and
Yeah.
stacked.
Yeah.
I don't like having
Your
my
jacket.
shoes like stacked, so
Right.
you'll see all my shoes on the bottom.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's a good size. Yeah, we had, we do the same thing. We have separate closets. I'm
Yeah.
like,
The
mm-mm.
best part is you don't have nothing. Usually they'll state like I have another one of these plan, the same plan I was building at a different community right next to Pathway, and for whatever reason they would stick the attic access in here.
They do that, and it's
Everyone-
crazy.
And it was funny because it's the same exact plan. The only difference is they the Pathway houses like this one, they automatically give you the extra bedroom, where on the Greenway it would have to be an option, and they would give you like a flex room, which is not really usable space.
Yeah, this is nice. You can get you a nice little ottoman in here, right there, so you can sit down, loosen up.
Yeah.
Let me know if you need Closet World. They come, they do wonders too.
Okay.
Any questions in here so far?
Got a nice medicine cabinet.
Yeah, the only thing
Oh yeah,
this right here. This little nick.
Yep. I'll get it touched up.
right there.
Nothing that can't get sanded and painted. And I'll bet you it's just caulking.
That's a deep toilet
Yeah,
room.
yeah. Yeah.
I can imagine your decor. You should have saw her lot, their last house. Absolutely gorgeous.
Any questions?
No.
I love what they did here.
I do too.
That's really nice and decorative.
Oh, most of it, yeah. Just my decor.
You look at your frames and
Yeah.
make it your own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, who's the
Yes.
cook? You're the cook?
Yeah.
You ran your dishwasher, make sure everything drains out good.
Okay.
Down here at the bottom,
Views.
I have a couple of things. You'll see your garbage disposal. You can go ahead and show your grandson how to unclog it if he basically binds it up.
Okay.
Okay, so there's a couple of things at the garbage disposal. This key is the same size on both sides.
Okay.
The middle of the garbage disposal has a little device where the key goes in and you could dislodge whatever's in it.
Oh.
Okay? Now, before anybody does anything, make sure you pull the plug on it so nobody basically turns
Yeah.
it on. The switch is here. Now, if it binds and it pops the breaker in the back there while it's running, there's a reset button on the bottom of the garbage disposal.
Okay.
If you're not having this in the on position, this is the off. If you don't have it in that position, you won't be able to reset the GFCI that it's connected
Okay.
to. You have to send it power.
Okay.
40% of the calls that we get for customer service, believe it or not, are regarding garbage disposals.
Oh, really?
So I'll leave this.
So to turn the garbage disposal on, you have to open the cabinet and
Yep.
turn, and how come they didn't put the little switch here?
That is coming on the future.
Because my daughter has it right there.
I'm building the last set of models here at Cimarron Ridge, and
Uh-huh.
that is something that's going to be added to the future.
That would be nice.
Nice to add to this.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have your 2 plugs here. Now you'll notice this little bucket here. When you move in, you're more than likely gonna rub stuff or
Yeah, yeah.
inside there you have a quart of the flat and a quart of the enamel, which we use on the doors, all the door casings, and on the baseboards.
Okay.
Nice.
Inside there's 2 little brushes, 2 quarts, 1 of each, and a cool little cap that you could wear.
Oh.
A cool little cap. Aww.
It's not that cool. I tried it. Any questions so far on any of this?
No.
I like that you have a little sprayer.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Moving
Oh, yeah.
moving this to here is not that hard.
Okay.
If you're gonna make this your own and you're gonna do some changes, the first thing that you're probably gonna replace is probably gonna be this.
Yeah, 'cause I'm not like
No.
that.
Nobody does because it's just, you know, it's just
It's
your
too
standard.
basic.
So when you switch this and you get rid of this,
Oh, okay.
any electrician can easily pull that wire
Yeah.
back here.
And hook it to that.
And make it a little button. Oh,
Okay.
wow. Yeah, nice.
The sprayer.
That's great.
Yeah, because if you're gonna replace your
That's getting replaced.
That's good. That's definitely.
there's no point in leaving this.
Right. Yeah.
Because the
Yeah,
newer
the newer
faucets
one
have
comes
it.
with it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As far as your refrigerator, it doesn't matter if you buy a new one or bring your old one. When you hook up the ice maker, there is no way for us to purge the water line or the first, like the first 12 feet of water. There's no way for us to purge it. So we always tell homeowners, first 2 gallons of water, first 2 batches of ice, just go ahead and toss it.
Yeah.
If you toss them in the garbage disposal, make sure you run the water and turn on the garbage disposal. If you leave any kind of ice here, you'll have condensation come through and it'll feel like it's leaking, but it's not. It's just science.
Okay.
Any questions so far on the fridge or anything like here? Over here you have your microwave. It's just your standard microwave, nothing to it.
Is
You
it
have-
convection?
You have your light switch here. You have your fan. You have 2 speeds.
Yeah.
And then it is
My daughter has the same one.
same one.
Yeah.
And it is connected to the top. And this little thing here, even if you clean it over time, it gets to the point where it gets too dirty. You could find that same size at any Home Depot or
Okay.
Lowe's.
Okay.
Then you have your stove.
Yeah.
As far as the
She has
oven,
the same stove.
we ran the oven once or twice, but we always recommend homeowners when you move in, especially when you're opening door and closing doors, as you're moving stuff in, run your oven so you can burn off that good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you
Okay.
have your normal switch.
So the newer houses down the way, they only come with electric.
So that,
The newer houses down there on the Paris side, they only come with electric.
for Pulte,
I don't know if it's Polte, but
Just
they-
other builders, yeah.
Yeah.
we have one community in Paris that is our very first fully electric home that we're building. Me personally, I don't do much cooking.
It was
I
a-
barbecue outside. If you wanted to make this electric, you have the plug just like in the normal.
Okay, well, it's there, so.
It's there and, you know,
No, we looked at
So the
other
cooking
houses.
is even different.
Yeah, cooking on electric is different.
I lived in a townhome when me and my wife first got together. All I heard was complaints about how
Yeah.
like warming up something simple takes forever.
Yeah.
Cooking, frying. I mean, so the first time we moved out of townhomes into a regular home that had a gas stove. I didn't have to hear about it anymore.
Well, that was an automatic no for me. When they said, oh, no, it's all electric, I was like, oh, no, never mind. I don't want
And
this.
this right here is the last of the Mohicans.
Okay. Oh, it has a little light in there?
Yep.
That's nice.
So if you'll notice, that is the only section that is fully semi-glossed everywhere.
Okay, inside there.
That's why I call it the last of the Mohicans, because
Okay.
before, when you would have a separation in the kitchen, den, living room, you would have the kitchen, the bathrooms, the pantry semi-gloss, and you would have everything else flat. Well, now there's no clear separation between your den, your living room, so that is the only section that gets fully semi-glossed all over.
I don't know if this is the paint, the way it's brushed on there, or can you see it? Like right there? I don't know what that is, but can you see it?
Yep,
Yeah, I see it. Mhm.
it's the texture.
Okay.
I'll have my guy touch up the texture and then repaint it.
Okay. Okay. Oh, right here.
And I know it. See this?
Did they close it before it dried or something?
Even if it's dry, new paint always tends to stick to each other.
Oh.
So if you want to avoid that in the
We just
beginning,
have to keep it.
like just keep it
Yeah.
partly closed,
Yeah.
because it doesn't matter if it could be dry for a while.
Yeah, and
That's
then-
why if you
yeah.
notice every single door we leave it open just so you could basically get into it pretty good. But I'll take care of this.
Okay.
This is a good side counter too for prep.
Yeah.
Lots of
And when you're, and when
counter
you're
space.
cooking, you could have all your stuff that you're gonna cook and all the stuff that you're done cooking on the side. But overall, this is one of my favorite plants because it's nice and roomy.
Yeah.
There's no bedroom that's small. Everything's
Yeah.
nice and roomy.
Yeah.
Multiple people can be in the cooking
Yes.
area at the same time. Because that's hard to come by.
Yeah.
Open those two doors right
This
there.
one?
No,
These here?
yeah. Okay, no, yeah, cabinet. We came before this is not right. Yeah, this is.
Then you have these two here, and then these two here.
Okay.
Okay. What's going on here?
I'll clean it. It's that little glue
Okay.
when they come wrapped in.
Looks good. Can't wait for the housewarming. Yes, it is. Mm-hmm. This will look real good. Mm-hmm. So you're gonna do TVs in every room or what?
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know about the fourth bedroom. We'll see. Wow.
This is really nice.
It is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good retirement home? Good retirement home?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This is a nice house.
I like that you have mountain views from the rooms.
When my kids were small, they wanted me to try and buy two-story, and I lived in a two-story townhome, and I hated it because I would come home from work, and if I wanted water or a snack, I'd have to go down to the kitchen.
Yeah.
I hated it.
I
So-
hate it too.
Every house I bought ever since then was always a single story.
Mm-hmm.
What's our first single story?
I think you'll enjoy it.
Oh, I know I'm enjoying it. I was so late, I had a refrigerator in the master bedroom. Because it's just like, if I'm thirsty,